Hello guys, welcome back. I gotta say, it's crazy. When you trade the market every single day, and if you guys don't know, if you're totally new to this channel, we trade the market open every single day. It's like not skipping a day of work almost ever. And the markets are only closed like 7 days out of the month, or the year. So it's kind of crazy. Anyway, today was one of those days where I probably would have just took the day off because I was extremely tired today. I don't know what it is, but I think I'm going to take a nap after this. One thing I want to point out is I got this new book, Factfulness. Bill Gates even says it's one of the most important books I've ever read. So probably something to add to the reading list. I think I'm going to be checking it out starting today from Hans Rosling. Definitely worth checking out. Anyway, it was recommended from a friend. So that's what I'm going to be doing today after this recap video. If you guys want, the reason I'm kind of mentioning this as well is because today, and I get this question a lot, Alex, what kind of books do you read, yada, yada. And today on, actually, let me go to the charts here and I'll type it in. So if you go to, what is the website? If you go to Amazon.com/shop Alex Winkler, I set up a place where it's kind of like, sharing your wish list, right? Or watch list, or sharing your, what's it called? I don't know, there's a word for it. Anyway, I'm sharing all of my books that I read. I get asked quite a lot, Alex, what kind of books, especially on trading, do I read? Definitely check these out if you guys are curious. I listed a whole bunch of trading books here, and then things for my office. So for example, if you click on this, you can see, some things I have here for the office. I don't have this laptop yet. This is the one I'm going to be getting for the office. So definitely, if you guys are curious, I'll leave it in the first pinned link below, or first pinned comment. It's /shop and then / again Alex Winkler, if you guys are curious. All right, so obviously today it's a little bit of it's a green day, so we recovered a little bit from yesterday. $73, nice little profit there. We had another trade, $36 in the red, just a little bit scratchy for me in the open. I was red, and then I was green, and then I was a little bit more green, and then I was like, I'm really not feeling it today. I didn't like any of the tickers we were seeing today. Everything was just like spiking in all sorts of directions. And there's one thing before I talk about kind of the tickers we traded, I kind of want to go here again through the stats a little bit. So you guys know I'm more of a dip trader overall. I typically buy pullbacks so I call pullbacks and dips two different things. So to me, a dip is when you're below VWAP, right? Actually, let's go to EVK here and see if we can kind of identify what's going on with this ticker. So right now it's going crazy. We could talk about it in a little bit. And if you guys just want to go right to it, remember always in the times, there's right in the description of the video description, there's timestamps. So once we're below VWAP on a ticker, right, it starts dipping down and then has these kind of retraces back to the 9 EMA. So to me, that's dip buying. That'd be like buying here and then selling on the retest. Buying here, selling on the retest. It's one of my favorite ways to trade, but a lot of these tickers, they've been dipping very, very strongly. So sometimes it's, you're looking for like a 2-3% pop to the upside, and then all of a sudden you're down 5%. So it's not a good risk reward strategy sometimes on tickers like EVK, because EVK has just been one of those stocks that just literally just falls off the cliff. It's one of these Chinese companies that come up out of nowhere. There's no news. They're down 75% from pre-market highs, and they're all of a sudden up again 100%. They're absolutely crazy. I do tend to avoid these tickers, and that's exactly why I did not trade EVK today until it became a pullback trade. So until we were moving to the upside, and this is why I cut my stats here, I want to share with you guys. So dip buying today, overall this month has just been really not successful to me. I'm up $151 this month on my dip trades. So really, really not going well. But my pullback trades, I'm up $2,500 on all my setups where it's pullback, and this is just for the month. So these have a much better win-loss ratio, actually much better risk-reward ratio. So basically 1.6 risk to a roughly 3% reward. That's pretty okay. It's like a 1 to 2. While here, my dip trades, right, on the downside move, so stocks trending to the downside, you can see that my win ratio is 1.8 to a 2.8. So it's actually a really not favorable ratio, right? Even if I have more wins than losses. I mean, right now I'm still holding green, but it just shows that Right now, we have a lot more aggressive stocks. We have a lot more stocks that are, making nice moves to the upside. So I avoided the dips because those were hard to trade. It was just one big sell-off continuation. But once this thing was kind of trending higher here a little bit above the 9 EMA, I actually ended up buying a pullback and was looking for a continuation. We didn't really get the continuation. I closed right away. But that's how I was able to kind of walk away with a little bit of green profit today. This was another pullback right here, nice pullback, and then this thing exploded 74%. So it's just crazy. And right now EVK is just keeps on running. Who knows how far it's going to go? To me, like I said before, I'm not crazy about trading these kind of tickers. Overall for the month, so far, we're up $4.2 thousand. We were up $4.7 thousand, but yesterday was one of my biggest red days. We were down like $500 yesterday. You might be thinking, Alex, but you're down like $1,000 today. No, those are my swing trades. Those are up and down. They do their thing. So I try not to count those into the day trading, or else everything gets too mixy. So on this channel, we really primarily focus on the day trading. That's what we do in the live streams. But there's been so much hot demand for swing trading, and I myself love swing trading. I've swung trade since I was like a kid in high school, so I personally love it. So that's why I decided to add it to the channel as well. Plus, I'm always looking at these swings anyway, so might as well talk about them. So that's why we discuss swing trades now starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the live streams till about 11. So basically half an hour of the live streams, we talk about swing trades. Don't forget, if you're new here, subscribe, join the community. You're gonna love it. Well, there's no guarantees, but I think you're gonna love it, and you can learn much more about day trading and swing trading. And yeah, okay, let's keep going here. Well, let's talk a little bit more about EVK, this nasty ticker that just has no news. If you guys know the news about this one, I mean, these Chinese companies have been just gapping ridiculously, but it doesn't seem like there's micro news, like news specific to the company. Sometimes there could be larger trends in the overall Chinese kind of market and whatnot, or some sort of deals. But oftentimes, it's hard to relate, like how important is that to this ticker, right? That's what I have a hard time with. And that's why I tend to avoid it a little bit better. Maybe I'll get a bit more aggressive on that kind of stuff in the future as I feel more comfortable with it. But for now, it's fine. I don't mind missing opportunities, because you know what? Tomorrow there's going to be more opportunities. Okay, so EVK. This thing is such a roller coaster, right? It's kind of been ranging in the zone between, like, I don't know what, $1, and I would probably argue more about $5. Every time it kind of, dips below or too high from those zones, it crashes back to the mean of maybe around $4 or so. Right now, it is pulling up higher, really in a first big green day move, and maybe it's going to kind of retrace here again, closer to 5. I don't know what's going to happen from here, but what we do know is 6.5 and 7 is kind of the next big resistance zone. If we can see if it move from there, I'd probably be looking at around kind of 7, 7, 8, 7, 5, this zone, and then again 8.5. I think this obviously all-time highs you always have to be looking at, because that is the most the stock has ever been. So everyone's going to be looking at that. Think about, like, if you're in the ocean and there's nothing, and then you see like an island, right? That's pretty much what a all-time high is. If you look to the left, there's nothing except this little island in the sea of black. That's why the former highs are so important, because that's going to be a huge psychological zone. So EVK, it's a good one to watch. Man, I have such a hard time trading this ticker myself. Yeah, so we wrapped up trading today around 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, like right around here, and that's why I wasn't really trading this. This was a nice bull flag. We were holding the highs here pretty well, but this quick little flush here, and then this really fast rip to the upside, it would have been so easy to get stopped out and then actually buying back, and then I don't know. So I'm pretty happy I didn't trade this one at this point. Right now, volume is fading, so I'm kind of skeptical on that. We also have not been seeing the best multi-day runners. So that's another reason I'm a little bit suspicious with some of these tickers. If you guys remember the ticker from yesterday, if you go to posts, I can just show you guys. Ooh, can't wait to get that new laptop. So we had ASTC. Well, that's loading. Open it from Wednesday. Oops, ASTC. Yeah, so sorry, sometimes this computer is extra slow, so I always have to wait for it to load a little bit. So this ticker, This was actually a US company, aerospace company. This is the one I was way too bullish in with that 5 million float. Good coronavirus news. I was like, woohoo, this is looking pretty solid. This is a classic example of me, why I've been doing dip trades a little bit less. I was trying to dip trade this one, trying to take a base hit, selling the 9 EMA pops, and I was just not getting lucky. And then all of a sudden I stopped myself out for the day because I held it just a little bit too long. The flushes were so ridiculous. But a lot of these one-day poppers, just go back to no man's land. And, ASTC, you see kind of in the past, it'll be a one-day spike, but it doesn't hold its high. One-day spike kind of holds the high here a little bit, kind of holds the high, but then it dumps again, kind of holds the high, but dumps. And today, ASTC is just, this is a weekly chart. It's just so far down that, I don't know, not really something to run home about, and most likely it's going to be below 2 at one point. So, coming back to the gapper we had today, EVK, that's not what I want. Oh, here we go, EVK. I'm a little bit nervous that it's going to be kind of the similar situation. Having this big spike to the upside, we could see a former spike right here, move to the upside, didn't hold its highs very well, and then spike back down. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe it's going to keep trying to go. I'd be a little bit nervous in these areas for like news to come out. Maybe there's even going to be an offering. Who knows what's going to happen. But if I was going to continue trading this one, I would really, like I said before, I'd be looking for those momentum, right? Nice breakout here, buying on the pullbacks, looking for that continuation or break higher, and then again, doing the same thing. I would not be trading these tickers on the way to the downside because the flushes we've been seeing lately have just been ferocious and they're just not really worth it. So EVK, what did we day trade today? Besides that, ADIL, we had a tiny little trade on that one. And then let's actually go to ADIL very quickly just for a recap. Where was this? I'm trying to remember here. Yeah, so ADIL, we actually, this was another example. We're kind of pulling higher here. There's momentum here. I tried to get the breakout here. We were up for like 30, 40 bucks on this one. It was a tiny position size, like a third of my deal position size, but I was a little bit weary from yesterday. It was looking kind of weak, pulled back, and I stopped out roughly right where my entry was. So that was ADIL, nothing really too great. But yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought here a little bit. So there's a zero, yeah, I don't know, not too important, but yeah, EVK, I think to me, my big takeaway is just, today we've been seeing such nasty flushes from all sides. So really, I would want to be focused on buying the ticker where it has momentum, and and trying to rip it as hard as I can, or like selling into the spikes, but taking profits very quickly. So in this ticker, your first candle taking profits on that is not a bad decision. This one, waiting 2 candles would have been kind of okay, because you just don't know if it's going to flush back to the downside. And once it does, these pullbacks, you're just risking so much capital. I mean, these pullbacks are ridiculous, 28, 27%. So it's not really worth it in my eyes. And look at this, boom, just like that. We're seeing it live. I mean, this thing's going down here 10%, just started. Maybe, with a 4 million float like we were talking about, this ticker can easily get halted and maybe keep on going down. Maybe it's going to come out with some news, who knows. So I don't feel comfortable trading these tickers. Yeah, I missed out on a lot of profits today, but I also managed my risk today. I didn't have a big red day. I didn't, blow my account. I didn't do anything silly because I just avoided stuff that I wasn't feeling super comfortable with. And then tomorrow, when I feel a little bit more energized, when I see a setup I like a little bit more, boom, then we get aggressive, and that's really what it's all about. There's no reason to jump into anything too quickly. Remember, guys, if you are just getting started with trading and you want to learn more, besides joining the channel, check out that first link in the video description below /connect, and you can get the access to the free foundation video series right now, and just scroll down here. Let's get you up to speed. 1 to 2 hours, you can know everything that we're kind of doing online about the watch list, what tickers we're looking for, the checklist, and all that fun stuff. Don't forget to check out our sponsors. We got Webull as our best cloud platform, and then we have one of the best savings account that I just switched over to, the Discord, Facebook group, Trade Journal store, and more courses. So I will see you guys then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, stay safe, make some awesome trades, and thanks for tuning in, guys. Ciao, ciao.